Morning. My name is Yoko Kanemasu, and I'm a sociology lecturer from the School of Social Sciences. And
my name is Alphonse Botu, and I'm a sociology student.
today we're going to do our presentation together because student-lecturer partnership is the key theme of our presentation. When I was asked to address the question, how did I use ICT to enhance learning, I immediately decided to focus on student-lecturer partnership because I believe that is the key to successful online learning. Our presentation title refers to online togetherness, and this is Alphonse's term for what we believe to be the key element in meaningful online learning experience. Now, I'd like to note at the outset that today's presentation, part of it, overlaps with what I presented last year in this forum, which was about the online conversion of my courses. But today, we're going to discuss it with greater emphasis on interaction and partnership between students and lecturers. So this is an outline of our presentation. So first we're going to discuss the common perceptions among students and lecturers of online learning, which are not always favorable. And then I'm going to discuss the process of the online conversion of my course, SO200. This is why I try to pursue the possibilities of interactive online learning. I wanted to see whether it was possible to recreate and even perhaps enhance interactive elements in online learning. And then we're going to talk about the initial anxiety that we had when the course was first offered in the new mode. We weren't quite sure whether it was going to work, to be honest. And then we're going to talk about how it actually turned out, how it actually worked, and worked very well. This will be followed by the key part of our presentation, which is online togetherness. And then we're going to close our discussion with some reflections and recommendations. So first, we'd like to acknowledge that a lot of lecturers and students tend to be skeptical towards online learning because they believe online learning is boring and it takes away genuine engagement, interaction, and conversations between students and lecturers. And a lot of people believe that in online learning, just like that picture there, students are forced to study on their own. There's almost this image of students scattered in isolation, all on their own, forced to study on their own at their own computers. And all these boil down to this perception that there is a glaring lack of interaction in online learning. So, when I was asked to convert my course SO200, what I wanted to do was to explore what online learning offered in terms of interaction. And for your information, SO200 is a second-year compulsory course in sociology. And the class size is relatively small, but the course content is heavily theoretical. So without interaction, it is really, really difficult to study this course. So what I wanted to do was to recreate the kind of interaction that we had in the classroom in online learning, and perhaps even to enhance it. So that was my goal as I converted my course to the online mode. The process started with brainstorming and discussion with CFL staff, and I like to acknowledge here the wonderful assistance and advice that I received from Alanieta and Viola. They perfectly understood what I wanted to do, and they gave me so many enthusiastic and useful comments and suggestions. So after a lot of brainstorming and discussion, we designed a number of online activities, which included things like the discussion forum, which is a standard feature in every course. But here we like to focus on the virtual tutorial, where Lodala and regional students are all mixed up, and they are divided into tutorial groups. And each tutorial group is given their own tutorial room, so to speak, online. They're given a virtual space. And in each unit, they do group work and group tasks in this virtual space. And after that, they present their group work to the rest of the class, again in a virtual space, on Moodle. And in every semester, every student plays at least once a leadership role by helping, guiding, and assisting other students. So everybody plays a leadership role at least once. So this is how we try to enhance interaction in this course. The course was first offered in the new mode last year. And I must say it was pretty scary at the beginning. It was quite scary both for me and for my students. As for me, sorry. I was far too aware how skeptical a lot of students were towards online learning, so I was like, will they be put off? And then I was afraid of my course becoming dry and impersonal, just sitting there on the web. And I was also afraid of not getting to know my students, which would kill all the fun of teaching for me. So I was really concerned at the beginning, I must say. And it turns out the students were just as anxious as Alphonse can explain.
I can still remember the first day when Dr. Yoko was introducing SO200 in our class, and we students seated the bike and started to wondering what will be happening, because most of us are familiar with face-to-face programs that are offered around our campuses, and we started wondering in the darkness, and lucky things have changed. There are some students who really have light and direct us. To the end of the day, all of us enjoy the online course. We also have some of the fears among our students, since most of us are familiar with face-to-face mode. We fear that the internet connection might interrupt our learning, because online courses, most of the time you have to go online, post your forums, make your discussion forums, so the students can get feedback from it. One of the things that our students we fear too, because we fear each other, because I can remember Dr. Yoko said, if you have a Facebook account, treat it as this online course too. So we says, oh, if we can post it like Facebook, we can get negative feedback from others. But lucky things change at the end of the day.
Okay, so we all were sort of anxious at the beginning. So we said at the beginning of the semester, all right, this is new to all of us, so we're going to do it together. We're going to go through it together, and we're going to try and make it work together. So that's what we decided to do at the beginning. All right, we're all not sure, we'll try and make it work. So we started, and soon realized that it was actually working, and working very well. I was really surprised how quickly and how actively students were responding to each other, and how extremely creative they were in their posts and activities. And I was also amazed by students always helping each other. That was major. If a student asked a question regarding where to find a particular reading or how to go about a particular task, others would come in immediately, providing tips and assistance and encouragement. So most of the time, I actually didn't have to do much at all, because as students were learning how to go about particular technology or tasks, they were already helping each other, and they were already encouraging each other. And it was particularly nice to see Lozada students assisting and encouraging regional students. And contrary to my fear that I would not get to know my students personally, I did. I got to know them personally and individually, because I was always interacting with them. I was interacting with them all the time, online. One student would make a comment, post a comment, and others will come in and respond to it, and then I will come in and comment on it. In this way, a conversation would develop. So it was a little like conversations that you had on Facebook with your friends. The only difference was we were chatting about theories rather than about celebrities or movies. So Moodle can work a bit like Facebook when people actually share that spirit of togetherness. So in this way, we realized that our course was quickly turning into a collective project, not something that students were forced to do, or not something that I had to do. It was our collective project. It was something that we were doing together. That was something that we took on together. Just to give you a quick look of what the tutorial room looked like. So that here's a student in a leadership role, introducing himself or herself, and encouraging others to start with their work. and another person comes in introducing himself or herself, and again offering assistance to other students. Now Alphonse can talk about how he experienced the course.
It's really interesting. First, we learn online technology because some of us, this is our first time to do online learning, and it enables our students to know how to upload our discussion forum, know how to reply on the comments, and also we have virtual room there that all of us can go and comment with our groups, and after we have to upload it for the whole students to comment on it. Things have changed and the course become interesting. I mean, I'm honest with that. It's really interesting because we learn at each other. The regional students comment and we reply from Laudala campus, and really interesting to hear some point of view from the other regional students, and we reply on each other and things become changed and online course become interesting. As I said earlier on, it became a virtual classroom for us, not only as Laudala students, but we learn with other students from the regional campuses. We come together as one and we learn and we comment on the topic for that week, and we give comments and reply, and after the end of the day we have feedback from our lecturers and things are interesting.
So it seems to us that it is really important to have a course design that allows interaction, but more importantly, it is crucial to develop a sense of togetherness. We may not be together physically, but we are together online, having the same interaction, or perhaps even more interaction than we would face-to-face. And Alphonse can elaborate a bit more on this because this is his concept, online togetherness.
Thank you. I think the online togetherness is very important because, like, when students come together, participate, lecturers coming, we all students participate with our lecturers, things become like we just want, we just togetherness and a way to achieve our grades at the end of the course. Feedback from lecturers is one of the very important things, as I said. The moment when our lecturers give their feedback on time, it really encourages students to move forward. It's motivates our students to move forward with our topic for the day. We put up a discussion forum, we exchange our discussion forums, and things are interesting when your lecturers is giving you feedback, because we know that when lecturers give us feedback, we all feel that someone is there for us.
So what emerges from our experience is first, good course design is important because that's what allows interaction. And for that, partnership with CFL is crucial. And second, good course design is necessary but not sufficient in itself for meaningful online learning experience. For truly meaningful online learning experience, there must be partnership, and there must be a shared sense of ownership of the course between students and lecturers. And actually, as you would agree, this is nothing new. Student-lecturer partnership is the key to success in all modes of learning, including face-to-face learning. So what we found is that partnership can make a big difference. Partnership can make online learning so much more interesting and so much more exciting than some people might think. So we'd like to close our presentation with some recommendations.
Yes, thank you. I will get the first point. To my good lecturers who will be lecturing online courses, please be creative. Design something that students and lecturers can come together and we enjoy the online course. Please don't be cynical when you're taking up online courses. I just give you one example. If that tea that we have just a tea break is not taste sweet, please put some sugar and milk inside. Yeah, so that be creative so that students can happy and you make something different and the online courses, because at the end of the day, we'll enjoy it and we can achieve the good grade.
And to lecturers and students, we like to encourage them to use Moodle as their virtual classroom. You know, embrace it as a virtual classroom. It's not something that you do on the side. It's not a chore that we have to put up with. It's a space where you meet people, you get to know them, and you work together, you learn from each other. So why don't we embrace what online learning offers in terms of interaction? Because there could be a lot of fun. To be honest, at the end of the semester, I almost didn't want the course to end because I was having so much fun. So Moodle can be just as good as a physical classroom. And to the university, we'd like to make a humble request. We know that the university is already paying a lot of attention to this issue, but it would be wonderful if the internet connectivity issue in the region could be addressed. We at Lodala can enjoy online learning as much as we want to, and it would be nice if the regional students could do the same. In other words, it would be really nice to see some equity in the enjoyment of online learning. Thank you very much.